Wow, Canelo Alvarez says no to Dmitry Bivol rematch if this happens. Find out what that is in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, to say that Canelo Alvarez's stock took a hit would really be an understatement at this point. Canelo Alvarez, as you guys know, lost to unbeaten light heavyweight champion out of Russia, Dmitry Bivol. Losses are not all made equally, and it's not even that he just lost, it's the fact of how Canelo Alvarez lost. He lost and lost bad, and lost where he barely won any rounds. This can't be the case if you're calling yourself the face of boxing, others are calling you the face of boxing, and also pound for pound #1 at the time. Now, Dmitry Bivol, he's getting ready to fight Gilberto Zordo Ramirez, which we'll get to in a second. This is what Bivol said in a recent interview. Quote, "I don't know what Canelo wants after his fight and my fight. Every time I have a date for a fight, I am focused on my fight. If I focus on Canelo Alvarez now, it will not help me in my current fight. I have to think about Zordo on November 5th, and then we will see. I do love challenges. I think every champion loves challenges. Rematches are a real challenge for him and for me too. I think Canelo Alvarez should want a rematch. I think better fight Canelo against Anthony Joshua." And he was obviously being facetious and responding to Canelo clout chasing Usyk, who just beat Joshua, saying that he still wants to fight Usyk and he doesn't care. Again, I believe Canelo's stock has dropped exponentially. And, you know, I don't think anyone really believes or takes that serious that he truly wants to fight Alexander Usyk. If you were down to fight someone as good as Alexander Usyk, then, and that's at cruiserweight, an Olympic gold medalist who just beat Anthony Joshua, who's 250, 260 pounds, meet with me. If you were down to fight someone at that advanced weight, then you would have taken the Dmitry Bivol at light heavyweight. Don't talk about fighting at cruiserweight and heavyweight if you won't even rematch the guy at light heavyweight that's unbeaten and scalped you and beat you. You know what I mean? So again, this is why Canelo's stock has dropped a lot, because I don't really see much commotion for the Gennady Golovkin fight at all. As of me recording the video, it's September. And that being said, Canelo's fighting against Golovkin September 17th. I've seen no 24/7 all access style programming. I've seen or heard no buzz. I know people, several people in boxing, and I'm not referring to media, but the people I know in boxing, I haven't heard of anyone who's actually traveling and going to this Canelo Golovkin fight, versus when, let's say, Errol Spence fought in the fight in Texas with your Dennis Ugas. I know people from out here, up north, Northern California, Bay Area, and they went all the way to Texas just to watch that fight. I know people from New York that flew to Texas to watch Spence versus Ugas. So I don't really currently know anyone that is traveling, you know, on a 5-6 hour flight, 8-hour flight to go see Canelo versus Triple G. I think the expiration date has already passed. Canelo aged out Golovkin, and I think people realize that. But again, Canelo would have to do a better job of convincing Ego that he really wants to fight guys like Usyk, and the only way you could do it is by avenging the Bivol fight and stuff like that. Now, the downside is Bivol, I like what he said. He says that I'm not going to bring up some other dude when I'm fighting somebody else, and I agree with that. Gilberto Ramirez is a good fighter, not much on the defense, but he definitely has a mean offense. They did the side-by-side. I think they're in Abu Dhabi or wherever they were. And Zordo Ramirez, who sparred with Bivol, he's considerably bigger. Like, you can see the actual differential in height and stuff like that. So that's a dangerous fight. So I like Bivol's attitude. Lock in, focus on what's in front of you. That's what every fighter should be doing, you know, because the moment you over fantasize about what's next, that even happened to Canelo. If I'm being honest, he looked past Bivol. They said they were going to possibly announce the Triple G3 fight immediately after the Bivol fight, but Canelo couldn't pass Bivol and he lost to Bivol. So as a result, they never did it. So the bad news for Canelo is the walls are closing in. People want to see him fight below 175, the likes of Jermall Charlo, who he could have fought at 154, 160, 168. People want to see him fight Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. People want to see him fight newcomer David Morrell Jr. and of course, David Benavidez Jr. So he's surrounded by top talent and top tier work. Then at 175, Beterbiev is a monster, 100% knockout ratio. I don't think Canelo and Eddie Reynoso won any parts of that. And then Bivol, the other champion, already beat you. So if he beat Zordo Ramirez, then I would already favor him to beat Canelo again, no matter what happens with Triple G3. But if Bivol beats Gilberto Ramirez and takes his O, then you got to give him his credit. And then he would be a heavy favorite to beat a smaller Canelo. Like if he's going to fight a bigger Mexican fighter who's 6'2.5", and he already beat Canelo, who's much smaller and much shorter than himself and also than Zordo Ramirez, then I would give Canelo virtually very little chance to avenge that. So the timing is actually horrific for Canelo, because in Canelo, the other thing that's pretty disgusting is he said on record, on tape, in front of media and camera, I don't want to fight a Mexican fighter. So he says if Gilberto Ramirez wins, he's not going to fight him. He let that be known already. And then he says if Gilberto Ramirez wins, he won't rematch Dmitry Bivol, which is senseless, because since when do we not avenge losses that someone else gave you because that someone lost to someone else? I mean, I've never heard of that. And I think Canelo and his team are trying to reconstruct the rules of boxing. And, you know, it's not going to age well, because we look to the legends, and legends of the sport never really did these types of things, right? Like Juan Manuel Marquez, when he lost, and they said he lost to Pacquiao in the second and third fight, he was chasing, trying to get the fourth fight, and he knocked out Pacquiao in the fourth fight. That's the heart of a warrior. That's the heart of a guerrero. That's the heart of a champion, because you felt you were wronged in that fight and you pursued it until you got it again. Canelo Alvarez claims that he beat Bivol after the Bivol fight. He said Bivol only won 4 or 5 rounds. I think I won the fight, but you didn't want to rematch him. And then you picked on a 40-year-old Golovkin who has seen better days. The walls are definitely closing in on Canelo Alvarez. I like Bivol and what he's saying. I just think, watch this space. That's all. Watch this space. Because if Bivol beats Zordo Ramirez, then that's going to be bad for Canelo. And then if Zordo wins and then he doesn't rematch Bivol, that looks bad on Canelo as well. Let me know how I did in this video. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. I'll hit you guys off with more boxing content. Keep it locked. Don't change that dial. You dig. Chech. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.